The median net worth for Americans under 35 years old is just $39,000. But scroll through Instagram for 5 minutes and you think that everyone your age is living in a penthouse, driving luxury cars, or traveling to Japan. So what's actually going on here? Look, I get it. You're doing everything right. You went to college, you got a job, you're saving as much as you can afford to, but it feels like everyone around you somehow just miles and miles ahead. Your friend from high school just bought a house, that person you barely knew was posting about going to Japan or Europe again, and you're sitting there like, what am I doing wrong? Here's the thing, you're probably not behind at all, but there's this psychological and economic tornado that's messing with our perception of how we're doing and a reality of everything. And today, let's break it all down. Social media is destroying your baseline. Our expectations on what a normal lifestyle looks like are completely inflated, and social media is one of the main reasons why. Just think about it. When you open up Instagram, you're not seeing reality. You're seeing just the highlight reels, the vacation photos, the new car, the dinner at expensive restaurant. What you don't see is the $1,200 credit card bill that came after, or the fact that they can't pay rent the next month. Here's what's wild. Research shows that consuming, positive content on social media is actually directly linked to increased anxiety and depression. And it's all because of this social comparison and approval anxiety. Our brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and fake. So our brains are literally just processing these filtered highlights as the reality and comparing your behind the scenes effort, your real life, to everyone else's curated performance. And it's the same reason why you get scared watching a horror movie even though you know it's fake. Your brain, again, can't tell the difference between what's real and what's just for show. And as someone who creates content for a living and posts online, I'll tell you straight up, everything is just a highlight reel. I'm not posting everything that's behind the story. All you're seeing is maybe 1% of the true story. And I'm in the educational niche. It may seem like I'm living the life, I'm in Bali right now having fun, but I'm working almost every single day. I'm grinding, I'm on calls, I'm waking up in the middle of the night, I'm waking up in the middle of the morning trying to do the work. You don't see the full picture. Number two, everything that glitters isn't gold. Let me give you an example. I have a friend, let's call him Eric. From the outside, Eric looks like he's crushing it. He lives in a high-rise apartment downtown. He drives his new car and he always has the freshest fits ever. And if you see him walking down the street, you'd think, dang, Eric's got it figured out. That man is successful. But if you actually look at, Eric's finances and kind of behind the curtain, he's spending 60% of his paycheck on his rent alone. His car payment is around $1,000 a month, and he just dropped an entire month's salary on his clothes, leaving him nothing left over. And this isn't the first time he's done this year. He has a closet full of the nice clothes that he never wears anymore. Eric has nothing in his savings. He's living paycheck to paycheck, stressed out of his mind, but you never know it from looking at his pictures on Instagram or looking at him through an outsider's perspective. And this is what I mean when I say that everything that glitters isn't necessarily gold. The outside doesn't always match the inside. And when you inflate your lifestyle, this young, it makes everything hard because it's almost impossible to go backwards. If you move into a high-rise apartment living by yourself at 23, moving back home at 25, or living at a modest home at that feels like a failure, like you're going backwards. Even though moving back home is completely fine and one of the smartest financial moves that you can make if you have the privilege to even make it. And I'm not saying this to judge Eric or to shame him for spending his money the way he wants to. It's his money. He can do whatever he wants. But what I'm saying to you is don't compare yourself to other people because you don't know the entire story. You may want what they have, but you don't know everything that's in the background, the strings attached, or the work that was put behind in it. Number three, the comparison trap. And here's the brutal truth. When it comes to money, it doesn't matter how well you're doing in absolute terms. What matters is how well you're doing relative to the person right next to you. And this person that's right next to you, it's no longer just your friend from high school or the neighbor down the street. It's that influencer with 2 million followers, or the random hustle grinds entrepreneur on your feed that just somehow retired at 25 years old. Now you're comparing your year one, your chapter one, your life to someone else's year 10, or again, their highlight reel. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their final product or fake product. And just as human beings, we always like to compare ourselves upward, never necessarily downward. You never will scroll on Instagram and think, man, I'm doing a lot better than people. I'm really grateful for what I have. You think, why don't I have what they have? I'm really jealous. They got the lifestyle that I've been dreaming of, and you just get stuck. And that's why when it comes to budgeting, I always tell people to practice gratitude and to really be grateful for what you have. And I'm not trying to be your parent and tell you all your morals, but I'm just saying on a fundamental psychological level and from a maybe philosophical level, if you are okay and you're happy and content with who you are and what you have, then everything else kind of just fades away and you won't get distracted, or you won't feel jealous of everything and all the distractions around the world. Because trust me, the world is filled with distractions and filled with things that may be, shinier or cooler than what you have. It is just what it is. I'm pretty sure J. Cole had a song about this. So if you don't truly love yours, love your life, or at least just grateful for what you have, you're always going to be looking at others wanting what they have. And number 4, the wage growth reality check. Now here's something that, maybe will make you feel a little bit better. It's not just in your head. The math about the wages in work is not really working anymore. From July 2024 to July 2025, wages grew a staggering 4.2%, while inflation was 2.7%. Now that gave us a real wage growth of only 1.5%. That means that your paycheck is barely keeping up with the cost of everything else. And if you went to college between the 2000s and 2019, tuition, the cost of education has rose 59%. And what about the wages for people with, a bachelor's degree? It only increased about 5% after adjusting for inflation. So you spent 6 figures on a degree, but your earning power barely moved. Meanwhile, rent, food, gas, healthcare, everything cost a lot more. So yeah, you're not totally crazy. It is actually harder than it used to be. It is. Number 5, spending priorities are invisible. Not everyone spends money the same way. Some people like to spend on flashy stuff that other people can see, like cars, clothes, bottle service, things that flash attention and show your status. But people who are actually building wealth, they're spending on things that you can't necessarily see up front. Education, experiences with family, their health, therapy, quality time with other people. Like they say, rich screams, but real wealth whispers. And so if you're not posting everything that you're doing and purchasing online, well, no one's gonna know how well you're doing. But that doesn't mean you're behind. It just means that you're not performing your life for an audience. Now look, I want to be real for a second. All this comparison and constant scrolling and feeling like you're behind, it really takes a toll on your mental health. And trust me, I know, I felt this before. But if you're dealing with anxiety, depression, or feeling of overwhelmed with all this financial pressure, talking to someone really helps. Point number 6, you don't see the pain. Now we've talked about this on the other points, but people really only love to talk about overnight successes. The influencer who just randomly went viral, or the founder or business owner that just got lucky and sold out. But what they don't show you is the 9 years of pain before that 1 year of glory. Let's take a fitness transformation just for example. You see the before and after, but you don't see the 5 a.m. workouts, the meal prep, the discipline. You just see the result and think, dang, he must have good genetics. I wish I had that. The same goes with money. You see the house, you see the car, but what you don't see is the 80-hour work week, the failed businesses, the unpaid years grinding in silence. Success isn't by accident. In fact, more than half of millionaires are self-made. It just happens that usually the hardest part happens off camera. Number 7, the American trap. Now here's something that I've been noticing a lot the more I travel. Wanting more, living in excess, and grinding yourself to the ground for more money, it's a very American thing. I've been to all across the world, Asia, Europe, and other places, and sure, a lot of people work hard, but they work to live. They don't live to work. I was just recently in Thailand, Taiwan, and right now in Indonesia. People are working their asses off. They work really hard, but then they go out with friends, they spend time with family, and actually enjoy life when they're off the clock. And in Europe, they literally take siestas at 4 p.m. and sip wine as soon as the sun goes down. Work-life balance is real there. But in America, your job is your identity. You're grinding, 18 years of your life to get a degree for everything to get that job. And if you're not sacrificing your life and grinding 24/7, you're labeled as, lazy. And if you're not making 6 figures by 25, you're a complete failure. Now, I'm not trying to talk down America. I love my country. My humble opinion, America is one of the places to be to make money, but it's incredibly hostile if you don't. So if you feel behind, it's partially because of the culture that you're in, designed it to be that way. You're either thriving or you're barely surviving. There's really no middle ground. Now look, the truth is most people aren't as far ahead as it seems or as they look. And the truth is you're not as far behind as you feel. Again, the median net worth for people under 35 is $39,000. If you're anywhere near that, you're exactly where you should be. And if you're not, that's okay. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Build at your own pace. Live life, be happy, try your best, invest in things that matter. And remember, the most important race that you're running is really against yourself, not other people. And so if you want to learn exactly how I actually started my journey with almost nothing, I broke down the entire system in this video right here. I hope this helps. Till next time.